Paleopathology is the study of diseases in humanity's past. It is a branch of physical anthropology that examines skeletons and bones to better understand the impacts and effects of the diseases and injuries in those bones. Their job is very important to understanding how diseases and sickness can affect humans and how they spread or start. Paleopathologists study and analyze skeletons, collect data and samples from museums, use CT scanning, catalog fossils, carry out research, publish findings, and even plan and deliver lessons to students. They should be able to recognize abnormal bone, differentiate between diseases, and investigate how diseases spread. To advance in any field of anthropology, a PhD is needed in a physical or biological science. Paleopathology is mostly done in labs or museums, and knowledge of the processes and inner workings of bones is very much needed. Many courses can provide this information, like archaeology and biology degrees offered at universities. Paleopathology requires good science and mathematical skills and a strong academic brain. Paleopathologists work in labs and museums, and their jobs can include going out into the field and giving lectures, so hours can vary. They can travel to archaeological sites, stay late to finish a lab report, or go on off days to teach university students. Like any science lab, it has a lot of space and co-workers, whether it's lab techs or university students learning underneath you or other scientists. There are many complicated and advanced machines, like CT scanners and PCR machines. Inside the laboratory are bones and skeletal remains, and the mental conditions of the workplace can vary. Due to the heavy professionality of the work, it can become very stressful. The depression and anxiety rates of graduate students is higher than the general population, and points to the tense conditions in the workplace. Paleopathologists should have good analytical and tech skills for operating machines and observing bones, as well as organizational and communication skills when giving lectures or presenting their research. They should be talented in using the machines in the lab and know about human skeletal anatomy and diseases in the bone material. If you are interested in anthropology and physical science, then this is a very good career option. There is so much to learn about the human body and the evolution of diseases and viruses that can be found in old bones. The job has led to efficiency in extracting ancient DNA and a better understanding of diseases in the evolution of humans. Difficulties working in any anthropological field arise when people propose the argument of whether or not we should display human remains and use them for forensic studies. It is also difficult to examine old remains and view the DNA effectively when it's been buried or left for so long. The DNA could be contaminated with new DNA, and the quality and quantity of the material is poor. Salary can range as a paleopathologist, but the median is around $70,000. Some variables include the experience that a person has and their employer. The best opportunities will exist for men and women with PhDs and experience in anthropological research, like as a university professor, which can pay up to $130,000. Different positions vary, but the consensus in anthropology professors' benefits is flexible work arrangements, health and wellness benefits, access to university libraries, retirement savings plans, and opportunities for continuing education. With an anthropology degree, you can get many different jobs that relate to paleopathology. Some paleopathologists can move on to become professors or forensic anthropologists. The paleopathological world is always changing with discoveries of more ancient skeletons, new technology, and more opportunities to learn. Considering the amount of education needed for a PhD in anthropology, the job is very strict with who is employed and how much the job pays. Some paleopathological jobs include working at museums and universities, so any that offer a specific physical anthropology position would be a good option. Large museums and the Forensic Anthropology Center at the University of Tennessee are high-level positions. As a paleopathologist working in a lab, you will first wake up and drive to your work. Once at work, you greet your co-workers and put on a lab coat, because today you're examining ancient Mayan remains for any diseases and illnesses. First, put on gloves and take a bone to be scanned in the CT machine. Examine the scan and point out deformities or unusual spots. You can then compare to a scan of a healthy bone, and then determine what might actually be disease or just weathering of the bone. After examining, comparing, and analyzing, you can then write your report and compare findings with your lab partners. After a lunch break, you can finish with a lecture you're scheduled to give at the local university. Once you've finished the work you think you should have done for the day, You can drive back home and make dinner.